by the way. I just sat here for 15 minutes. Yeah, let me show you this little wall right here where they did called the hat trick, where Jimmy Ford, a guy was running from Mark, owed him some money, and the guy come up in here, sat down on the couch, nervous wreck between two guys, crying to Jimmy Ford. He's on the run from Mark. Mark said, well, just do that wall, grab that guy by his throat and jerked him right through that wall. One of the guys was too nosy. He had to go back there and find out where the guy went. So he went with him. Right, Jimmy? You remember that, Jimmy? That's when you guys came out with the commercial, the football commercial, where they grabbed the guy in the middle off the couch. The monster pulls him through the wall. Yeah, you guys did that right here in this house years ago. I'm high priest visionist, by the way. Nothing goes unseen by God, his angels, that he doesn't want seen. He may not let me. Like I said, I'm on a millions of dollar will with Russell Bates and Linda Bates and his other daughter, Russell Bates. Yeah, I'm pretty upset. They just threw me off. I don't even know where I left off in my video. Like I said, go to the movie accountant behind them red block letters. Go through the editor, you'll find 4 more account numbers. And then that glitch in that clock on the Jason Bourne movie, watch the clock as it goes. It stops and resets and takes off. Those are both 2 offshore account numbers of the Fords, the Levins, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and Barbara Walker Bush. You'll find they were all human trading through Dr. Wickham on St. Mary's Lake in the 70s. My commander had the offshore accounts. We had photoed them and then had editors edit them in both movies so that they could never be covered up. The president has not even came to see me. That's how crooked this federal on CIA conspiracy is. And when I say won't go after them, they use hookers and they use what they got to get whatever blackmail material they need. And that's why this angel that liveth in me is here. Like I said, research those offshore accounts. It's illegal to work in Congress and have an offshore account. That's all you need is a name and offshore account. And they're hit. The accounts in Brussels funded the coup through Hillary Clinton. You'll also find the funded bin Laden through the Bushes for the 9/11 terrorism. You'll research that Las Vegas tin in my pictures. You'll see that they'd had all their symbols edited on that tin. If you look at the X on that skyscraper of New York, the Twin Towers, look at that X on that tin is the exact same place the plane had hit. I did write the future for President Ford from 7 years old to 14 in my church. It took many, many years of me visioning, speaking it out to Russell writing it down and typing it and recording it. Manuals and manuals. I had predicted the plane going down in Ireland. Shortly later, President Ford swore me in. I also found King James treasure down in flight. My commander, Russell Bates, did not like to that night in a basket. I woke up to Russell and come to find out all the men after retrieving the King James treasure at Ford's whole Secret Service was killed in flight. And then later, Gerald Ford pulled a fast one on me and Russell and said he lost his memory and couldn't remember either one of us. And then, like I said, Linda Bates took over DEA, using my immunity to sell drugs. I'm on a will with her. Brent Bates is an actual Russian. His dad was deported in the 70s, and Russell Bates adopted Brent. And then Brent married Linda, who was a Russian also. Her father was also deported out of the United States for espionage in the 70s off Beaver Island. Her brother was also for raping my great-grandmother, who was the head of the Six Nations up north. She gave birth after the rape to smuggled her original father, who was deported, back into the United States. He's been living here in Battle Creek. He's a wanted worse than Saddam. Russia's looking for him. He beats babies in gunny sacks for sadistic fun. Tuandra Smith Robinson's Russian dad. And he's been living here for 20 to 30 years, sneaking around in Battle Creek under an alias name. He was just recently living on Golden Avenue. He drives a white Chevy red snowplow. Wears a fur hat. He's an older looking man. He is extremely dangerous. He was deported in the 70s for years.